Hello everyone, this is Ajanta ma'am. Today I shall continue with Act 2 Scene 3 of Macbeth. In my previous video, I discussed the speech of the porter, but a question arises as to who is the porter and what is his role in the play. The porter is a minor character in Macbeth who appears in Act 2, Scene 3. He is the gatekeeper of Macbeth's castle and is responsible for admitting visitors. He provides, most importantly, comic relief after the tense and the dramatic events that have taken place. The porter's drunken ramblings and all the silly jokes that he cracks contrast sharply with the seriousness of the murder of Duncan. He is a good example of Shakespeare's use of comic relief technique, which was popular, very popular in fact, during the Elizabethan drama. The porter scene also serves to create a contrast between the dark, sinister atmosphere of the castle and the mundane, very ordinary, monotonous world outside. However, the porter's scene also has a symbolic meaning. He refers to Hellgate as he imagines himself to be a gatekeeper of hell. His reference, therefore, to Hellgate and his comments on drunkenness and sin are meant to reflect the theme of the play, which is the corruption of power and the descent into evil. The porter's lines can also be said to be very, very significant because it hints at the events to come, and his reference to the equivocation and treason hints at the theme of deception and betrayal that runs throughout the play. So, the porter plays a very, very important part. The porter scene also fills the gap while Macbeth and Lady Macbeth go to change their clothes. Now, this is a stage play. So therefore, the main characters need time to change their clothes, and therefore the porter fills in that gap. Secondly, the scene draws an ironic parallel between the actual hell and the castle of Macbeth, which has already become a seat of hell. with the murder of the king, Duncan. You can also compare or draw a parallel between between the porter and the life of Macbeth. The porter turns to his duty. Returning to his duty in the morning after his drunken, spree at night, Macbeth too has had a disturbed night with his bitter experience with horror after the murder of King Duncan. He too wakes up to the everyday reality. Therefore, the scene is very, very important and equally symbolic. Very, very symbolic because of its significance, serving a number of purposes. This speech of Porter is used to fix the date of the play. How? In the year 1606, the exceptionally abundant harvest and the lowest price of corn are referred to. But this porter's speech has irony too. On one hand, there is the porter's drunken return to his normal routine after a night's carousing, and on the other, Macbeth pretending to be awake to the ordinary, everyday reality after his unknown night of horror. But even more ironic is the fact that the porter's whim of being keeper of Hellgate is more true than he realizes. Macbeth's castle has indeed turned into a seat of hell by his awful deed, the regicide. The porter's jokes strike us with a sense of hideous incongruity. His jesting acts as a relief from extreme tension, but it is, of course, thematically significant. With the dawn, life is recommencing and resuming its natural course. But normality is always followed by abnormalities. And the porter's admission to hell of the equivocator is grimly ironic reference to the gunpowder plot which had shocked England greatly. Therefore, Macbeth is the equivocator. From now on, he goes on to deceive and utters words which he does not mean. But he cannot equivocate himself to heaven. He himself will be deceived by the witches, whose equivocation he is to learn when he finds that their words have another meaning. Thank you for watching. Please stay tuned for more.